see that we are losing about 30% of people, so I hope that at least some of you will stay for the next 20 minutes. I've got about 20 slides, so I will go really fast through these. I was asked to speak a bit about venture capital private equity market in our region, and second about our experience with some of the investments in Central Eastern Europe. Just to very briefly introduce 3TS. 3TS is a private equity venture capital company started in 1999. Currently we are managing 166 million euros in two funds. The investors into these funds are blue chip international institutions, and we are covering the region through local offices. In terms of our investment mandate, we are focusing mainly on growth, expansion stage businesses. We like technology, media, telecommunication space, although we may invest in other sectors as well. In terms of region, we are covering Czech Republic, Slovakia, Poland, Hungary, Austria, then it's also Baltics and Romania, Bulgaria. In terms of business models and strategies, we like either we target companies which may target global markets. The second proposal for us is to go after companies which may establish significant market share in the domestic country or in the region. And this is our portfolio. So far we invested into around 20 companies in the region. These range from quite early stage businesses when we invested. These are, for example, the software businesses, Systinet and LogMeIn. The other group are expansion phase businesses where the company was existing. They just needed the capital and help in expanding either on the domestic market or in the region. These are, for example, PXP software, Mobilask or CV Online. And the last group are larger, more mature businesses where we were part of the buyout transactions. This is the case of two mobile operators in Slovakia and Mobiltel in Bulgaria. And also, for example, STK Poland, which was cable TV in southern Poland. So what is the situation of the venture capital private equity markets in our region? First, we believe that this is the segment of the market which is definitely growing. We are still well below the Western Europe. The share of venture capital private equity investments on GDP in Western Europe is typically between 1 and 2%. In our region, it's usually 0.2, 0.3%. And when you add up all the sizes of venture capital private equity investments in our region, you arrive to the neighborhood of market of Denmark. So just for comparison, we've got still a long way to go. We see definitely lack of early stage funding, and I mean here's transactions between a couple of $100,000 up to 2-3 million. It's very difficult for institutional funds to invest small amounts of money. It's just difficult to find the economic sense there. Usually these transactions are funded by friends and family rounds or angels. Well, this is probably the topic which will follow my presentation. But this is definitely an issue in this market, and especially in the Czech Republic. In terms of the market of private equity and venture capital fund managers, the first wave of first-time fund managers is gone. On the market remained about 80 teams which invest from their second or third funds. So the market is consolidated a bit, but you are left with fund managers who survived the environment, who delivered nice returns to their investors and stayed in the market. We see from our perspective more and more interest from Western European players, quite a few UK and German fund managers targeting the region, establishing operations here. On the other hand, we still face quite limited competition in the region. that there is no such a pricing pressure, there is no such a large competition for deals as investing, for example. What is the environment for private equity in the region? Definitely we are benefiting from very nice economic climate. The environment is actually quite friendly in our view. If you would go to late stage transactions, to restructurings, it's actually possible to fire people to restructure companies. It's very difficult to do this, very difficult and costly to do this in Germany and France. So we are quite happy with the environment here. Second, we see maturing market in terms of private equity. We see larger transactions, which means reduced risks. We see quite a lot of success stories from the past, and also management teams which have experience, which went through investment cycles. So this is definitely very positive for us. In terms of exit, there are multiple exit routes. We spoke today a lot about IPOs. Obviously, trade sale, mainly to Western European strategic players, is still wide open. But also there are other ways, such as private equity secondary buyouts or recapitalizations. So just to summarize why we believe that it's attractive to invest into Central Eastern European technology, telecoms businesses. We believe that we are facing very friendly environment. We are benefiting from closing of the gap to the EU, traditional EU members. We are experiencing very nice economic growth. In terms of companies, we see very much improving quality of the management teams. We see nice mixes of local managers and international managers coming to the region. We see improving of sales and marketing experience in the company. So this also plays in our favor. But most importantly, I believe that in this region we've got that core technical or technological expertise. In my view, you can put quite easily the organizational or financial management, sales and marketing layer on top of the technology. But in order to be a successful international technology company, you need to have that core technical expertise. And I believe that, for example, as opposed to countries like Spain or Greece, we've got a lot of this expertise in our markets. I was asked by organizers to present some information on our case studies, on our investments from the past. From our portfolio, more than 50% of the companies, the plan was for international expansion. In terms of regional expansion, I put here 4 examples. First is IT services company called PXP Software, focusing on financial services companies. It's original Austrian business, which did add-on acquisitions in both Austria and the Czech Republic. It's currently the market leader in Austria. The second fund is originally a Hungarian company called Mobilast. This is the company which is involved in mobile phone repair business. Out of the purely Hungarian business, we made add-on acquisitions in both the Czech Republic and Slovakia. So currently the company is leader in all these 3 markets. From other regional expansion examples, I've got here CV Online, which is the recruitment business, which started originally in Estonia. We helped the company to expand across the markets. It's more successful in some markets. It's a little bit more difficult in markets like Czech or Slovakia, where Job.cz and Profesia.sk have very strong positions. But overall, this is very nicely developing online regional business. And the last one is a Polish company called Clicket, which is online media company out of Poland. We help the company to expand to Ukraine. In terms of global expansion, in terms of companies which are targeting the global markets, I put here two examples.